everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. If you're new, please don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I make videos about homeschooling, travel, just life in general with kids. So if you like that type of stuff, make sure you like this video as well as subscribe. And if you're not following along on Instagram and you're not familiar with my website, make sure to check out the description because the links for both are down there. All right, so I was originally going to do this video after a week, but I realized just with how much was going on and just how busy and hectic things were, there was no way I was going to really have a feel for anything after just 1 week. If you missed my July recap video, we are moving. So not only are things just in general pretty wild, but with starting the school year, it just has been a lot. And it hasn't been overwhelming or anything. There's just a lot happening. So if you want to get caught up on all of that, again, that information is in my July recap. But for this video, I just wanted to let you know any things that are working great, some things that are changing, all of that kind of stuff. Alani is the only one that I'm going to be focused on for this video. I have not started Emmy's pre-K school year yet. Purposefully, I am holding off on that. And so this is just going to be about Alani's first grade year mostly. Emmy is still doing things and I'll just like make tiny mentions, but this is not going to be anything about pre-K curriculum. The first big change is this is out. Not that there's anything wrong with it. We just already have 2 language arts programs that we are doing, and I just did not want to add in one more thing. We tried it. I like it. It is for a time where things are a little more settled. We are in more of a routine. That is something that I can then add this into, but right now it's just not the time for us. I guess someone on the topic of language arts is this handwriting binder I made for Alani. It's super simple. It just has pages that I printed out from the Measured Mom. Alani specifically wanted to practice her handwriting more. Now, she hasn't actually opened up this binder, but I have made it for her for when she does want to practice more. It's just something that she asked for, so I wanted to make sure that I had something ready. Language arts is going great. We are doing pinwheels and core knowledge if you are new to my channel. And pinwheels, we loved it last year, but core knowledge is new to us. And Alani loves it. I love it as well. I am so glad that we decided to go for that.
I want to be part of the video.
Alani, do you see that red dot right there?
Yeah.
That means you're part of the video.
Tell me the truth.
Alani, I'm telling the truth. I need you to go so I can keep...
Bye-bye.
Bye. I'll see you in a little bit. Though Torchlight is not new to us, we are taking a new approach with this notebook. I was having Alani color the flag and then put the flag in and write like a brief sentence of something she found interesting about the country. And then what we did was we added a picture to go with her description. So she has really been enjoying doing it this way. We're doing everything else basically the same as last year with the passport. The one thing that we don't have is my big map that I had put together for her where she colored in the country after we did that. Because we were doing the showings at the house, we did take that down and I just haven't put it back up. I don't know that we will put it back up in this house. We'll probably wait till we get to the next house for that. Moving on to Sunlight. Sunlight is completely new to us this year, and I was kind of like a little iffy about how much I would love this book after like the first week because I felt like there were so many parent notes of things that were not necessarily addressed deep enough in this book or corrections or anything like that. But so far after that first week, it really has been better. I do have so many other books where we can dive deeper, which I do like, but this has not been a terrible spine. I went through the full curriculum and I chose different books if I couldn't find the book at the library because I did not want to buy all of the books that it recommended. Honestly, this is the only like required book for the curriculum. So this is the only one I got, and anything else, as I've mentioned before, we're gonna get from the library or I found something similar. So far, this is the only book we've needed. We've got a few weeks before we need any other things. Originally, I had kept everything in this binder, including the student pages, but I did end up making Alani a separate binder. I tried to make it similar to this Sunlight cover, but I just made it prettier for her because I knew that she would want something a little prettier than this. But this is then the workbook pages, all the student pages are in this for her. We are liking Sunlight Science. I would say that we're actually liking the do together things that are down here more than like science experiments. So not that the experiments are bad or any sort of issue. It's just that the do together sometimes kind of has a science experiment feel, and it generally goes better with what we are specifically learning that day or that week. Whereas I feel like so far the science experiments, like right in the beginning, really went with what she was learning, but over time, it hasn't necessarily followed what she learned about that week. It's kind of like an experiment to do an experiment. And that's kind of how I had felt with the science aspect of Torchlight. It felt like sometimes it felt like we were just doing an experiment that didn't necessarily relate to what she had recently learned. So I'm kind of getting that feeling a little bit right now with Sunlight, but maybe that'll change. Maybe that's just these few things we've done or only a few weeks in. Next, I wanted to talk about math, which is basically the same as last year. We're still using Eureka Math, which I really like, and I did change how I planned to do Zern. So originally I had Zern being basically on pace with what she was learning, but I have switched it so that she's actually further ahead in her math lessons that she's doing with me than she is in her Zern lessons. This allows her to be independent while she's on Zern because we have already gone over the necessary skills for her to go through those lessons on Zern. And I honestly feel that Zern does such a great job teaching the concepts that even if she was ahead, I really do think she could do it. But I like knowing that she's practicing concepts that she has explicitly been taught with me. And I think that that's helpful because I've been actually doing the kindergarten Zern with Emmy. So Emmy has been doing her own Zern. I have her own account for that. And she has been with me doing the kindergarten level while Alani has been doing the first grade. And Emmy's been doing great with that. The next thing I wanted to talk about is the science in art. So I had mentioned we'd be doing this, but I hadn't been exactly sure when we would start. We are just kind of throwing it in when we can. And Alani's really enjoyed this. I think it's been great. Right now, she is learning about cool colors, warm colors, landscape, space, middle ground, foreground. So those are the flashcards that I have for her. And she's just been doing the different activities. She hasn't done her like big art project for this unit yet, but I know she's going to love that. I know she's going to have so much fun with that. And obviously, I will involve Emmy in that, even though she's not necessarily learning the same elements of art and the different concepts that Alani's learning. I will definitely involve her in the actual art project part because I know she's going to love that. I think that's going to be it though. So if you have any questions, if there's something I didn't address that maybe I've said I was going to, let me know in the comments. And if you've already started, I hope that you are having a fantastic school year. If you have not yet started, then I hope that you have a fantastic first day. But let me know in the comments whether you've started or not, what your start day is or was. I would love to know. I just love hearing what other people are doing because that's just one of the great things about homeschooling, the flexibility and how you can just make everything to fit your family. So if you've enjoyed this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And as always, thank you so much for your support on my channel. I will see you in the next one. Bye.